Hey everybody, and welcome to Stock Picks by Tim. Today we're going to look at Workhorse, and I'm actually going to compare it to a company that is about 6 times the size in market cap, and just my take on why I think Workhorse is completely out of their league. They are in the same industry in terms of EV. So the company I'm going to compare Workhorse to is actually in the semi-truck EV section. You guys might already know who I'm probably going to talk about, but I'm going to talk about that first. I'm going to get into the technicals towards the end. If you want to skip towards that, I'll also just leave a link in the description to the timestamp or in a comment. And let's get into it. So the company we're going to compare is Nikola. You guys might be laughing because I was in this one a long time ago, got out somehow with the profit. I know there's a lot of people that are probably burnt by this one. And this was in like mid-September. So what it is here is that the group unveils the vehicle after it was accused of faking a video of a prototype rolling it down a hill. And so the Nikola CEO, Mark Russell, says, and I quote, "It's real, I promise," kind of joking. So this is literally their first vehicle. And if you look at the note here under the picture, the heavy-duty Tre electric truck is built by Italian manufacturer Iveco. And they have a partnership going on, so it's kind of funny. It's like not necessarily even a Nikola truck. They had to hire another company to have them build a truck for them essentially and help them out. They're working very closely, carefully, and slowly on purpose to produce a maximum of 50 vehicles to be delivered to customers this year, which was half as many as Nikola had previously projected. And this is a maximum of 50, so I'm sure that the number is probably going to be lower. And he also mentions that the number could shrink further as semiconductors for touchscreens, battery cells, all of those are very short globally. And as a side note, guys, keep a note that this is a perfect time to keep an eye on Indy, to keep an eye on Valens, the semiconductor stock as well, and they both pertain to the auto manufacturer section. And comparing them side to side, so stock price isn't what's necessarily important. What's really important is market cap. You're looking at Nikola at a $4.3 billion market cap, whereas Workhorse is only a $764 million market cap. So, you've got to just about 5x to reach where Nikola's at, almost 6 times. Something to take note of. And, seeing that statement by Nikola not even a month ago that that's their first real vehicle that they produced is what that article basically says. It's kind of embarrassing when you see where Workhorse is and their market cap. But as you can see, the analyst price targets are, pretty similar. Workhorse is definitely the better buy in my opinion here. And shout out to our friends over at Reddit. I got this from there. I'll leave a link to this here, the picture. But people are speculating that these were the trucks that were recalled. But what I think potentially is that these trucks could be, like a new vinyl, because if you see the third one over, it's plain. So it could just be a coincidence that they put one of their vehicles next to these two that are being recalled with the company Sunbelt, which is a huge rental company actually. It seems to me that these trucks might have just recently been vinyl wrapped or painted or something, because you see the third one over here that is just plain. So that's kind of something to take note of here. And getting into the technicals, something that I really want you to keep an eye on is I think the resistance here is going to be 730 or so, because we fell. That was the recall news. It gapped down, fell, hit this, bounced off, and uptrended since, and then filled that gap. So we filled that gap there, and right after we filled that gap, funny enough, it just completely dropped. Came back to that support level again, bounced, tried to hold it, but just dropped and has been dropping since. So I think that now is going to be our next resistance level to keep an eye on. Maybe consider taking a little bit of profits off of there just to lock in some gains for sure. But look at this here. I drew a line here. I see this W pattern potentially continuing if we can have a little bit more sideways action and then a little bit to the upside. So once you see that turn to the upside, this could be a potential easy entry for a swing trade, maybe even a couple option calls, but that could be some easy potential increased gain if this double bottom does happen. This guy kind of looks like a triple bottom, but I see much more of a W there. But either way, if you do see a bounce here, that signifies that this level is just about like a very, very strong floor. And that's like all the risk that you have there. Like I said, when you compare this to Nikola, I mean, Workhorse is much farther ahead in terms of vehicle production, everything else. So it's just kind of funny to see that. Keep this in mind also. We are bouncing off the 10-day, which is typically a sign of a reversal. But we tried to do it here and then it just fell right afterwards. Tried again and just kind of fell. So I would definitely be waiting to see this turn if you're looking for just a day trade or a swing trade. Although I am long term on this, I did buy some today But, you know, if you're like with the short-term mindset, you could definitely make some quick money if you see this start to turn. In my opinion, it'll continue and make that W pattern. Because looking at the 5-day, we are oversold on the RSI, and looking on the 1-day, we're oversold as well. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the quick video, got some use out of it. If you did, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Have a good day.
Is that what you say?
Yeah, that's what I say.
I did you well?